Yo, what's good with y'all? In today's video, I got how to make Blade Ball Part 2. As you guys can see by the title, this is the Part 2 version of Part 1. And so if you haven't seen Part 1, go watch Part 1 because I already have a lot of stuff set up and I show you guys how to set up everything from scratch. Um, in part one. So if you haven't seen part one, go watch part one, then come back to this. If you've seen part one, then you're good. We can, go ahead and get to everything. Thank y'all for all the love and support I'm showing on the channel. Thank y'all for 4,000 subscribers once again. And thank you guys for all the love y'all showed on the blade ball video. I really appreciate it. And I know all y'all was going to want part two that bad, but don't worry, I got y'all and stuff. So yeah, the same thing applies. Show the video a lot of love, and I got y'all with part three. Worthy add some more stuff on us. And yeah, what's up to everybody watching the premiere right now? And yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Okay, so if you guys recall, just to I guess kind of review, you guys see we have the ball event replicated storage, we have the ball in workspace, we have our ball script inside of the server script service. You guys, everything should look familiar. And then inside of starter player and starter player scripts, the local ball script, we have this is what we have so far. So I should have it in the title. If I didn't include it in the title, here's what we're going to cover in this video. I'm adding in blocking. You guys know how when you're playing blade ball, you can block the attacks. We're going to create the UI, generally the blocking system, so players able to block the ball. I've added in a check to pretty much prevent like how like when a player blocks the ball, it's not going to, like, there's no chance that it'll come back to them. Like if they block the ball, it's gonna randomize between every other player except them. So I've added that in, as well as I thought there's one more thing I did. What was the other thing I did? Blocking and oh, a speed multiplier, because you guys know when players are blocking, you guys notice how like when players are blocking, which is really cool to me. It's a cool detail how while they're blocking, each time they block, the ball speeds up to go faster and faster, so that eventually, like, it's gonna catch somebody not blocking fast enough. So I've also added that in, but let's go ahead and get straight into it. First things first, I want to knock out the UI before I get to the scripting. So let's go ahead and insert a screen GUI into starter GUI. I literally made it, replicated it exactly how I saw it on Blade Ball, so it'll look 99% identical. I mean, really 100% if you ask me, but yeah. So let's go ahead, create a screen GUI. You want to name this ball GUI. Have it enabled by default. You could disable reset on spawn, no need. Then inside you can insert a frame. You're gonna want to name this frame ball. Oh, then I'm gonna do that. Ball frame, right? And as for the properties, you guys can set it to whatever position, size, and whatever. It's up to you guys, but here's what I did to make it look exactly like how it looks in Blade Ball. Okay, so for positioning, what did I do? I did 0.403, comma 0, comma 0.75, comma 0. This is what I did for the frame positioning, right? And then as for size, I did 0, 385, and 151, right? That's what I did for that. And then of course you can set the background transparency equal to 1, right? We need to have room for blocking. I'm only covering blocking in this video, but probably in part 3 or part 4, more likely part 3, I will include abilities, like the dash and stuff. So then we're going to want to insert a UI grid layout into the frame. The properties I went with, again, up to you guys, whatever you want to go with, but what I went with was 0, 125, 0, 125. I like to keep it pretty consistent, right? So this will automatically, so some people don't understand what a UI grid layout is. This will automatically size, and you can say size / scale every UI element you insert into the frame, right, to whatever it's parented to. So it's going to automatically scale it for us. So let's go ahead and insert a button, right? Insert a button. You guys see this is the size of here. If you can't see that well, then here, let me just close that out so you guys can see better. But yeah, so you guys see it's a big button, right? And then we're going to of course customize the properties so that it looks like, literally just how we saw it, what's it called, just literally how it is in actual game, right? So we're gonna go ahead and name this block button. This is the button that players are gonna press to be able to block. It was like, I want to say like maybe like a lighter shade of, or no, I mean, I think I'm gonna say this is good, really, maybe like this kind of blue. Yeah, I want to say like really this kind of blue, right? Like a dark blue. And then we can just go down here and do some customization, set the text we can set the text. The text is gonna be the key, right? So whatever the blocking key is. So I set the text to F, right? And then, but it's up to you guys. You guys can set the text to whatever. We're gonna scale it. The text color is white, while text stroke transparency. Well, the text stroke is I mean it's usually blue, but we go on the outer part. And let me bold it. And then I honestly would recommend having text stroke. It looks better, when you do it like that. But yeah, so we have our block button set up, right? Now we need to insert a text label and stuff so we can have the actual, the word block above it. So let me go. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I can insert the text. I'm gonna insert a text label, right? And you're gonna name this. Let's go up here to name, and let's call this. Literally call it block text label, right? And then let's scale it so that it's like it's actually above. We want it to be above the button. So let's set the position a little higher and go like, okay, no, oh, it needs to be negative. Okay, so like negative, let's see, -50 maybe. Yeah, we could do like -50. You want to set the text. You want block in all, the word block in all caps. Scale it, rich text. We could change the text color to white, and then for this we're gonna want the text stroke transparency to be blue, right? Like 0. We're going to make the background completely transparent, so boom. And then as you guys can see, we do need to move it over to the left a little bit. So let's change our X. Okay, there we go. So let's change our X value. Let's see. Oh, sorry, negative to the move to the left. Okay, so let's get a position like in the middle. So like maybe 30. Nah, maybe like -50. Nah, 40. Okay, yeah, 40 looks nice. It looks kind of. It looks semi good, but let's see. What if I change it to like 37? Yeah. Okay, that looks better to me. That looks better to me. But again, up to you guys to go with whatever you want. Bold the text. There you go. Looks real nice. Like I said, put whatever keybind you want there. I think that's really it for the text label. Yeah, I think that's really it for the text label. Then after that, we need to create one more thing. We need to create the block text label. This, you guys know when you click the block button, how like it's like a black overlay, like it looks like this, like it comes like faded out, and then like it like goes downward, and that's how you know like you're on cooldown. Just have to check real quick. But anyway, you're on cooldown, then it goes off cooldown. We're gonna add that in real quick. So insert another, or really truly, let's just. Yeah, we can copy and paste. So Control D. You can really just copy and paste, right? Or duplicate, I should say. And then you're gonna want to name this one block cooldown label, right? Because this one won't have any text. So wait, yeah, it won't have any text. So you guys can really, you don't need any text. You don't need anything like that. So as for the properties, the position, I'm gonna set the position. We're gonna do 0, 0. 0, 125, right? We're gonna set it like it's all the way at the bottom. You guys can't really see it, but it's all the way at the bottom. Now as for sizing, we're gonna set to 0, 125, 0, 0, and we're gonna set the sizing via the script. Now just to double check to make sure that this works. Oh, I think if I do 125, okay, yeah, perfect. That's how I know it works. Just doing that just to check to make sure it works. So yeah, I think that was really it for the properties, I believe. Yeah, I want to say that was really it for the properties. I mean, I rotated it 180. I honestly don't recall if this will really change anything, but yeah. I mean, you could test it without rotating it and see if it works. Maybe so. But anyway, that should be it for the UI. Let's go ahead and get to the scripting. So first things first, we're gonna update the ball script, right? So I'll go ahead and point out everything we need to add. We do need to add a couple of variables. So let's put a space in between, the top and our remote event. We honestly need to add a couple of variables, not gonna lie. We need to get two services. First, we're gonna get the user input service and the tween service. So let's say local UIS is equal to game, get service, user input service. We're going to need the user input service to be able to detect players' input so that we know like, okay, the player's trying to block, right? Or use their ability, but we're only setting up blocking in this video. So abilities would be in the future. Then we're gonna set the tween service. So local TS is equal to game, get service, tween service. And then after ball event, we're going to skip a line and we're going to get the local player. So we're gonna say local player is equal to game dot players dot local player, right? And then you could really add it on. You could really add this second function. You could put it after. But I honestly prefer to have this function above. But it's up to you guys for whatever way you want to do it. So we're gonna say UIS the input began connect function in parentheses put input comma process. And you can say if input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type dot mouse button 1 and process is equal to false, right? Then ball event fire server in quotation marks you're going to put block, right? So I know in what's it called? I know in Blade Ball they have it so you can press the F key or you could press the mouse button. So if you wanted both, what you could do is this, because I'm just gonna leave it as just one, but if you guys want to do both, you can do it like this. You can do what's it called? You could say or, and then like you could just really copy and paste all of this. You could really do this, and then you could just change this to user input type that key, or actually no, that would complicate it. I'm gonna just show you. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna just show you guys a better way to do it. Okay, here we're gonna do it like this. Actually, hold on. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like if processed is equal to false, then right, we're gonna say if let's say if input dot key code, or sorry, if input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type dot keyboard and enum dot let's see, and input dot key code is equal to enum dot key code dot, and then the F key or whatever key you guys want, and then you could do or, you can put or input dot user input type is equal to enum dot user input type dot mouse button 1, then right, and that's how you can test that. And then I think I'm missing an end. Okay, so then you just press enter so that there. I want to double check to make sure this actually works, just in case, because in all honesty, I didn't test this. I didn't write it like that when I was actually getting ready for part 2 to be real with y'all, but I literally just thought about that. Okay, so let's test. So if I left click, okay, boom, so it works. Okay, so it's good. It works. All right, so then you can delete the print, you don't need that. So we're done with that function. Then we're going to add on to the second function, right? The onClient function we already had. So we're going to add another event. We're actually going to go right here, press enter. You're going to say else if event type is equal to quotation marks block cooldown. We're going to change the UI so the player knows that, okay, they're on cooldown, they have to wait. So we're going to say player.player GUI .ball GUI .ball frame dot block button dot block cooldown label dot size is equal to udm2 dot new 0 comma 125 comma 0 comma negative 125, right? Then we're going to set up a tween. We're going to say local cooldown tween is equal to ts create, in parentheses you're going to put player dot player GUI dot ball frame dot block button dot block cooldown label. You're gonna put comma tween info dot new, right, for the duration. So when I played Blade Ball, when I was testing it to see, I'm like, okay, how long is the cooldown? It seemed like it was 1.5 seconds. If I'm wrong, you guys can put whatever time you want, but it looked like the cooldown time was 1.5 seconds or 1.5 seconds. So yeah, I'm gonna say 1.5, right? Then put comma enum dot easing style dot linear comma enum dot easing direction, of course out, and then you're gonna put a comma in between the parentheses, space, special brackets to create a property table. We're gonna say size is equal to udm2 dot new. You're gonna put 0 comma 125 comma 0 comma 0 to set it back to its default size, right? Then press enter, and you're gonna say cooldown tween play, right? And boom, just like that, guys, we are done with all our additions to the local script. We can now move on to the server script. Now, just double check. Okay, so I did add a couple more steps to the server script. I want to say it's not that much. It's a couple things, but it definitely makes things look a little different, to say the least. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna go right here. After chasing player, we're gonna add a couple more variables. First things first, we're gonna say local last player. We're not gonna assign it a value. last player, this would be the last player's name. So we can make sure, like, okay, if a player just blocked, we're going to set their name equal to, we're going to set this variable's value equal to their name so that we can run it through a check to make sure that the player's name isn't, like, the player's name isn't that name. Pretty much ensuring that if a player just blocked, they're not going to be selected next to, for the ball to target them, right? So we can say localized player, then we're going to create a table. We're going to say local players on cooldown is equal to special brackets, how we create a table. Players on cooldown, as you guys can probably tell, this is the cooldown table, so we're going to keep track of players who are on cooldown for when they blocked, and they have to wait. And then we're going to create one more variable. We're going to say local speed multiplier. I mean, we're adding it, not multiplying it, but we're just gonna call it multiplier. So speed multiplier is equal to by default 1, right? It's up to you guys to go whatever way you want, but honestly, I would just make it how I make it, and then when I finish, if you understand it and you want to change it, completely up to you, right? Then we're gonna add a function. So we're gonna put a space in between. We're gonna add a function. We're gonna say ball event on server events. We're gonna say connect function, right? In parentheses, you're gonna put PLR short for player, comma event type enter. You're gonna say first, let's get the player's character actually. Let's say local character is equal to player dot character. Then I'm gonna set up an if statement. I'm gonna say if event type is equal to quotation marks block enter, right? You're then going to oh sorry, actually I forgot to add something here. You're gonna put an and actually. I don't think I've never done an and with an event type statement, but we're gonna say and not table dot find players on cooldown player dot name, right? So make sure that the player isn't on cooldown and they're able to block. Then of course what we're gonna do is we're gonna insert the player's name into set table. We're gonna say players on cooldown and then player dot name, right? Then after that we're gonna fire their mode event. We're gonna say ball event fire client player, right? And then put a comma, and then you're going to put quotation marks block cooldown. Then you're gonna set up an if statement. You're gonna say if not player, here's how we keep track of what player's blocking status. So we're gonna say if not player find first child is blocking. You could call it blocking status or is blocking, up to you, but I went with is blocking, right? And so if we don't find the value, we're gonna create it. And if they do find the value, we're just gonna change it. We're just gonna change the value. So I'm gonna say local is blocking is equal to instance.new is gonna be a boolean or a bool value. We're gonna parent it to the player. We're gonna say is blocking.name is of course equal to is blocking. And by default, we're gonna set the value equal to true just for a second, just for 1.5 seconds though. Then we're gonna set up else if. I'm gonna say else if player find first child is blocking, if the player already has the value, which means has the bool value, then they've already blocked. And all we have to do is just simply modify it. So we're gonna say player dot is blocking that value is equal to true. Then we're gonna go on the outside of the end and we're going to put a task that way. We're gonna say task that wait. Here's where you put your cooldown duration. I'm waiting 1.5 seconds and stuff, but it's up to you guys for how long you want the duration to last. So once the time is up, we're gonna say player dot is blocking dot value is equal to false. Then I'm going to remove the player's name from the table, so table dot remove. We're going to say players on cooldown, comma table dot find players on cooldown, comma player dot name, right? And boom. Just like that, we have set up the first function. Or well, really that was the only function we had to add. Now we just have to add on a couple more stuff to the locate target function, and then we're good. Okay, so to add on to this, we're gonna go right here, right? We're gonna go after this 0, right? And we're gonna do is we're gonna add two additional things. We're gonna say and v.name is nil equal to, you see guys see the little squiggly line, nil equal to last player and stuff, making sure that the player's name doesn't match the last player's name, last player that pretty much blocked, so that they're not going to be targeted. And I added another check I added in a couple of checks just to avoid like error handling, just to make sure that just in case there's any issues, it will not run and stuff. And v.humanoid dot health is greater than 0, because we wouldn't want the ball to chase after a player's already dead. Wait, what is the issue? Last player defined a line force never initialized with nil. It's weird, I didn't have this issue at first. Variables player define it is never initialized or assigned. Okay, I didn't have this issue before, but if it's gonna be an issue, we can go back up here. You can just do equal nil. Just equal nil for now, right? Because we'll set the value afterwards, so it doesn't really matter. So then we're gonna say MV. Oh yeah, that was it for that. Then we're going to, let me see. We're gonna go down to the while loop, right? I added on some more stuff for this. So inside the while loop, ball, after the ball variable, we're gonna put a space, and we're gonna wrap all of this inside of an if statement, right? So you guys see how all of this is a part of the while loop. We're gonna wrap. Let me see. How much is this actually? Okay, yeah. We're gonna wrap all of this in if statement. We're gonna say if ball, making sure the ball does exist, and target character find first child. This is to double check to make sure that it is chasing a player, or I guess NPC, but there wouldn't really be NPCs unless you're playing like that training mode thing. But anyway, humanoid root part, then enter, and then simply you're just gonna drop everything in here. So grab all of this stuff. Grab all this stuff, right? So Control C, right, and then just paste it all. Control V, right? Boom, inside of the if statement. So if it passes through all the checks, right, you're gonna throw it all in there, and then we're gonna add some things to duration to add the multiplier and stuff. So for the 30, you're gonna put your parentheses. You're gonna put parentheses around it, right? Because we're gonna add to it. We're gonna say 30 plus speed multiplier, right? Because the higher the number, the faster. Oh yeah, just so you know, the higher this number is right here, the higher this number is, the or the greater, whatever you want to call it, the greater the number, the faster the ball is gonna move. So by increasing it, it's gonna move faster. It's gonna chase the players faster, right? So we're gonna do that, and then you guys see we have you have this if statement right here, right? We're going to actually add another if statement inside. We're going to wrap it inside another if statement. So actually, you guys can really just delete this because it's just 2 lines and stuff. So we can just really retype it. So I'm going to wrap this and I'm going to say if random player, adding another check. If random player find first child is blocking. Here's how we check to see if the player is currently blocking. So first we check to see if the is blocking will value exist, and if it does, we're going to say and random player dot is blocking. That value is equal to true, so that the player is blocking. Then we're going to say last player. We're going to say the value is equal to random player dot name. Then I'm going to say, say chasing. I'm going to say, or actually, how do I actually want to do this? Let's actually do this. We're going to say speed multiplier is plus equal to 5. Up to, again, this is up to you guys, however much you want it to increase. So we're going to say plus equal to 5, and then we're going to say chasing player is equal to false, so it starts searching for a new player. Then you're going to set up else statement. You could just put else. Now the else statement, this is just for when the player isn't blocking, so they're just dead. So we're going to say target character that humanoid. I feel like I'm going to spell that wrong. Humanoid dot health is equal to 0, right? And then you're going to say last player is equal to random player dot name. This is actually another guy. I actually was thinking about it too, that I didn't have a way to check if a player was dead or not. This is just kind of 2 fail-safe methods, making sure that the player has more than 0 health, and that it won't go after the player. Like if it just kills someone, it won't go after them again. So the last player, then they're gonna set the speed multiplier back to 1, because you guys know if it kills someone, it starts back at its regular slow speed. And then we're going to say chasing player is equal to false, so the loop repeats itself, and then just continues from there, right? Let me just do one double check. I just want to make sure that this is just everything else I added. I believe so, but I believe this is everything else. But yeah, let me see, 75. Yeah, they know. Yeah, but yeah, let's go ahead and test to make sure our adjustments work and stuff. As always, if you guys want access to any of my scripts models, which includes this one, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link is in the description for either one of those options. But yeah, okay, so you guys see the ball is coming towards me. The reckless block. You guys see nothing happened to me because now if you're testing it by yourself and you see that the ball freezes, that is normal. Like that is supposed to happen if you're by yourself. It'll only keep going if it's more than 1 player in the server. So yeah, but you guys see, okay, so you guys see it's blocking. The only what concerns me is the UI itself. Okay, so there's an issue with the UI, but there's no errors. Okay, let's see. There's an issue because for some reason the text label itself isn't the block cooldown label. Wait, did I? Oh, my fault, guys. My fault. I did this wrong. My fault. Okay, for the block cooldown label. quick label, you don't want the background transparency to be equal to 1. You want it to be equal to 0, sorry. And then you want to set the background color to like a kind of, as you can see, like a dark, like a dark blue. Like a dark blue. Okay, let's test this now. My fault, guys. I think I got confused with the other. Okay, let's see. There we go. There we go. There we go. Dang, it literally just encapsulates the whole. Okay. I remember now. Okay, that's my fault. My fault. You could set it to 0.5. You want it to be halfway. You want it to be halfway invisible, but still visible though. You want it to be halfway. You want to be able to see, but still be able to tell that like it's faded out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now the blocking works. Okay, there we go. Blocking works. I guess I could set up a testing. Let me just make sure I'm good. Okay, I'm still good. I'll set up a test server so we could just test real quick. I'll just show you guys that it works with both, and this is actually a way for you guys to test to make sure it also works for both. Nice. It works for what's it called, for multiple players. I'm just gonna set up a test server with just 2 NPCs whenever it loads. Okay, there we go. We're getting somewhere. Okay, here's the first player. Boom. All right, we got the first one. What we're missing, it's supposed to be another person, but it's cool. Let me add another person. I'm gonna add another NPC. You can test it. So you can test it, right? I have no idea why the ball stopped. Oh, it must be because, dang, it must be because there was, dang. I don't think the ball is gonna. I don't think it's gonna. Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. See, this is what I was talking about, guys. How you'll experience issues like that when there's what's it called? When it's only one player. Okay, so if I block, you guys saw how I blocked them both, right? I'm gonna switch to the server side view. I'm gonna open up both players. You guys see we have the is blocking thing, right? So if I set both of their values equal to true, we're never gonna die. And you guys see how it just keeps. It's just gonna keep going and it's just gonna keep going back and forth, right? You guys see it's a little delayed, but the point is it keeps going back and forth, right? And you guys see how it clearly has gotten way faster. It's gotten way faster. It's moving, a lot faster now. It's like you can't even avoid it at this point, right? And the only reason we have been blocking is because it's set by default. But yeah, so if you guys enjoyed part 2, definitely leave a like, subscribe. Let me know you guys want part 3 in the comments. We'll cover abilities next video. Stuff. If there's any issues, anything I missed, forgot, let me know in the comments. I will address it and stuff. So then in part 3, I'll mention it. I'll mention how to fix it and whatnot. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.